Hello. Cool, I guess I'm streaming. This is my first stream ever. So let's see how it goes. We're gonna do some best ball drafts today for baseball. Alright, let's see here. So we're gonna get started on just a $1 draft to warm up, and then we'll follow it up with a $20 draft to try to win the big bucks. Let's see here. I have no idea what I'm doing, so bear with me. Man, this is crazy. There's a lot going on. Alright, let's see here. Waiting for the draft to fill. Can take a look at some of my exposure while we wait. Let's see, where do we go here? Contests. The lineups. Exposure. Nothing too crazy. Look at that, Jacob Wilson, 131. Alright, just waiting for this draft to get filled. I just have some tabs here pulled up, ready to go for some quick research if we need to. Obviously have to have Fangraphs up. It's a staple. And then I like to use underdog ADP as a tiebreaker between two players when we have limited time. But let's see what pick we get here. Should be filling up any minute. Does this chat work? Okay. Alright. Come on, guys. If anyone wants to join the draft in the chat, that would be pretty cool. It's just the $1 best ball draft on DraftKings. Let's see. It's this guy right here. It is, what's the payouts here? 5K to first place, just a little guy. But I like to use these as practice for the big drafts. And I've just been doing the $1 ones, and then I jump up to the $20 ones for as my big ones. And the payout here, much more enticing. So that's the big one we're going for. But again, I like to do practice drafts. I like to get in a lot of drafts. So we will start with the $1. Alright, draft is filled and we get pick number 1. Alright, I mean, obviously an easy first pick, just gonna go Ohtani. kind of probably one of my least favorite picks for streaming though, because I'm gonna have a lot of downtime. But we'll see how it goes. One thing I did today was took a look at my exposure for the first 2 rounds, see where I am missing on players or who I'm fading. I try not to fade anyone too much in the first 2 rounds. This is just because I've only gotten the second pick 3 times. Pretty much kind of same with Witt, same with Scooball, same with Raleigh. But I'm not going to take too much action based on this yet, but we still have another month to draft. But, you know, at the end of the drafting season, if I still see these guys in the deep red, I'm going to start targeting them. So, but for now, I'm not going to make any decisions based off that. Alright, let's see. Who's in the draft here? Don't really recognize any of these names. It's kind of been fun. You see a lot of the same names in this tournament. A lot of the true degens doing it for the love of the game in this $1 draft. The true competitors. Okay. Let's just take Ohtani quickly. Get the draft rolling. Okay, and we will look for any fun picks here. Pick 24-25. Definitely want to be taking a second outfielder. Really want my second outfielder in my first 3 rounds. Outfield just falls off a cliff so hard in these drafts. Okay. Start targeting them. Alright, nothing special yet. Let's see, while we wait, what can we look at here? Can just go over some of the things I want to do. I just have this tab ready to go. I'd like to do some like player comparisons, maybe after the draft or maybe even after our pick, because we're gonna have a lot of downtime. So I just want to jot them down as they pop up in the draft. Bobby Witt fell to 8. It's a little interesting. Schwarber popped up to 5 here. Won't impact us at all, but okay. And then here's just a little calculator that I've been doing to get our total point projections based off of Fangraph projections here. And then for my pitching, I've pretty much based it off of Eno Saris' rankings. He's an absolute legend. He bases his rankings off of a metric he created called Stuff Plus, which actually looks at the actual movement of the pitch, the shape of the pitch. And I just think that's so damn cool, and that's how I would like to evaluate my pitching. So I kind of use this as a baseline and make a few edits for my own preferences. But let's see here. So one other thing we can do is I like to tag, anytime I draft a hitter, I like to tag all the hitters on that team to remind myself that I should be stacking when I can. I don't like to reach for stacks early in the draft, but I do like to stack late in the draft. So we'll see if that comes into play. Just tagged all the Dodger hitters. This guy goes 2 pitchers here. You would never catch me doing that, but we'll see how it works out for him. It's just so hard to catch up on hitting when you do that. And you only have 3 pitching spots, so don't love it. Okay. And I did a $20 draft last night, and Wood fell to 29. That was the furthest I have ever seen him fall. Of course, it wasn't to me, though. Let's see. Alright, we're getting close here. So we're looking at some targets. Obviously, I would take Vlad. Like Ruker. I've been reaching for Roman Anthony here. I really want to get one more outfielder. There's only 2 that I'm really considering here. I mean, if you want to reach for Belly or Riley Green, I'm okay with that. I really want to get that second outfielder here. So, yeah, look at this. This is crazy. Outfield's just getting so juiced on DraftKings right now. At some point, we may want to consider, going against the grain, but yeesh, it's my pick. Alright, well, I'm okay with it. I really like Roman Anthony. We'll just take Gunnar as well. I like Gunnar. Highest ADP infielder here. Pretty much the go here. So I'll go Gunnar and Roman Anthony. Not too fancy. Can pretty much get that whenever you want it. Gunnar has fallen a little bit. So that feels nice, but nothing fancy. Let's now tag Orioles and Red Sox hitters. Story, Contreras, Holiday. I like Durbin. This might be a good team to get Durbin. Salo, Adley. A little worried about Meyer. Will he split time with Durbin? I think he got held out of a game today or something. Oh, making debut on Friday. Slow walk due to wrist injury, required surgery. I mean, that's interesting. Let's see. Well, let me finish this up. Okay. I'm not really drafting O'Neal right now. Maybe that's stupid. I'll flag him. I've been going Beavers more. He just looks like a solid hitter, but maybe that's stupid. Maybe we can look at that. I wanted to look at the Red Sox projected lineup here. So on Fangraphs they have this roster resource tab, which shows their projected lineups for playing time and whatnot. So they have Durbin at 3rd, Meyer at 2nd, platooning with this guy who I've never heard of, Monasterio. Alright. That tracks with Durbin being a nice pick late. So maybe we'll get him late on this team. Let's see where we're at. Anything fancy here? Not really. I mean, these 2 outfielders going ahead of these 2 infielders and pitchers is just the trend we're seeing continue with outfield being pushed up the board here. I think I would still go Alonso, maybe, over Green. I'm okay pushing Roman Anthony up. I have a good feeling about him this year. I know, good feeling. But, damn, he's so young. But he's just a stud. I mean, obviously, it's speculation. The projections aren't going to have him doing anything crazy yet, but just has never failed in the minor leagues. Look at this WRC plus. So maybe it is aggressive. Might be a little aggressive. But realistically, what are my other options? I mean, I guess I can go with a different outfielder there. Like if I like Riley Green over him. And maybe I should be mixing these guys in. I mean, this is just a dollar draft, so I try to stick to just like my base strategy, but maybe in a $20 league I should mix in Riley Green and Bellinger there. Okay, we got some pitchers going very early. Damn, that's... Sale's been getting pushed up, but that is crazy. Pick 38, and Brown going 40, normally 43. Okay, Sanchez going. Would I consider pitcher here? Probably not. I would draft Brown or Sanchez if they fall to me out the turn. But I don't want to reach. I guess it wouldn't be a reach, but I don't really want to go Woo here. I will just take 2 more hitters and hope one of the other pitchers falls to 72, 73. Getting pretty close here. Already tagged my, yeah, okay. Alright, so outfielders. Wouldn't mind Ward. He'd be a nice pick. Third outfielder. Really like attacking outfield early. Like I said earlier, it falls off a cliff and it gets real ugly. Obviously there's some good infielders here. I'm not too afraid of Lindor at this pick. So I'll go Ward if he's available. Ward and the top infielder probably. Okay, so he is. So like I said, I don't like to push for stacks this early. So I know like how many people are gonna have Ohtani Freeman? Probably a ton. I don't think it matters that much. I think Lindor is a nice pick here. At 48, I mean, he might be ready for opening day. Like, this is just like a 2-round value. So I should consider Freeman or Ward. I mean, I'm probably just going to go Ward. I've done so many of these drafts. You know, in a vacuum, I like Freeman more, obviously, but getting your third infielder here, it makes the draft so much harder. We're going to take our third outfielder. Oh, nice. You guys get this ad over here? Alright. That's funny. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Let's see, where are we? Okay, so we took Ward over Freeman. Again, like, I can compare these two guys, but it really comes down to position at that price. You know, if I would have already had, what was it? If I would have had 3 outfielders here, I would have been okay taking Lindor Freeman. Would have actually been pretty nice. Like if Rooker fell or something like that. Like if I had Rooker, Roman Anthony. I might like that in the future because those are really good infielders right here. It's like if Rooker would have fell, could have gone Rooker, Roman Anthony, Lindor Freeman. That would have been pretty sweet. Okay. So I'm just gonna look at Ward. 36 homers last year. What is he like? Damn, 32. He is older than I think in my head, anyways. Nice walk rate. Let's see. Projected for about 27 to 30 homers, 240 average. What's Freeman gonna be projected for? Maybe 20 homers? 22. Obviously better average. 8 to 9 steals. So yeah, this would be interesting to plug into my projections calculation, but again, at this point, it's more about positional scarcity for me. Okay. Let's see. Let us tag our Mets and our Orioles. Forgot to mention Ward also lines up with Gunnar, which is quite nice. Again, I'm okay with taking the stack. I just don't want to be reaching or anything for a stack this early. Alright, so we got Mets are on the board. Let's go ahead and tag our Mets players. I don't really care for Vientos, honestly, or Alvarez. It's so hard for me to draft catchers in this format. It just feels so bad. I mean, this is my first year doing baseball, best ball. I played fantasy baseball for, 20 years probably? So I know that catchers, yeah, it will be hard for them to keep up with the other positional players. Let's put it that way. And in fantasy, I usually just get a dollar catcher. So, obviously, I don't mind drafting Will Smith, some of the elite ones, but also it's interesting, man. The ADP difference, specifically on William Contreras versus Underdog. Look at this. 96 versus 150. Insane. I think that's got to be the big. Oh my god, that's got to be the biggest difference. All right, we're already coming back to our pick here. Before I even look at who's available, we want to get one pitcher here. I'm okay going fourth outfielder. Probably don't want to reach. And I'm okay going third infielder. So let's see who's available. Ooh, yeah, definitely want to get one of these four. Wow, if all of these guys fall, I might go two pitcher here. I like Nito as an infielder. Naylor's fine. I don't love Profar. Nemo's fine. Roberts is stacked, but oh man, he's another guy I'm not sure on. It feels like there's a lot of I don't know, projections going on with his ADP. Okay, so this is interesting. I rarely go two pitchers here. I think if Nito was still available, I would have taken him. What's this dot? Okay, sure. Alright, we'll take Hunter Green, and we'll probably just go Raggins. I wouldn't hate Naylor either, but it's fine. We'll just go Raggins. So, 2 fallers at pitcher. I mean, that's pretty exciting. I don't think I've ever seen both these guys fall this far. It should be a pretty unique build with these two, with Ohtani. I wanted to see the note on Lindor. What's his update? Stitches removed from his left hand Tuesday and could begin some impact activities in 2 to 3 days. That was today. No complications. So we still have over a month. I mean, Lindor was going pick 26, 27 before. 22 picks later, 2 rounds. Feels fine. Especially, in a $1 contest when we're trying to turn $1 into $5,000. You got to take some risks. Okay. So pitching staff is strong. At this point, we can start considering what build we're gonna go. My main options are 7-7-6 or 8-6-6. I've been going 8-6-6 a few times. I don't think I would do that with this team since I took the 2 pitchers here. This will almost certainly be a 7-7-6 team. You know, if we would have got like Nito and Green and Dragons, then the 8-6-6 would still be on the table and probably preferred. Okay, so let's see here. We need a 4th outfielder desperately. Pick 96, 97 will probably be one of each hitter. What pitchers would like scream at me to take them at 96, 97? 96, I mean probably Valdez, Bradish. What's this? Isn't this okay, just an update on a spring training. We don't care unless it's an injury update or something. Okay. So I would have to consider these 2 pitchers. I probably should be taking more Pivetta, but again, I'm not trying to go pitcher here. I am trying to go 1 infielder, 1 outfielder, where outfielders are available. I don't love any of these, to be honest. I love these 2 outfielders, specifically Cags. I know he's a lot of people's breakout pick, and I have to agree. His advanced stats with like his bat speed and shape, I think he was one of Eno Saris's breakout picks. Just kind of looking at some Eno Saris articles earlier. Alright, I can't go. I think it's almost our pick. The question is, do I reach for an outfielder I like to get my 4th outfielder? Would love Rice. Cool Langoliers is gone. So let's see here. The alternative is to just go highest ADP. Let's see, 113. I wonder if getting Cags is slightly unique though. Because oh shit, it's my turn. So goddamn, they took both of the. Yeah, this is a tough pick now. Man, do I just stack pitching? That is. Lyle. I need to look at Lyle. I really, you know, I'll just take Lyle. I don't have a lot of them. I'm desperate for an outfielder. Shit, I mean, I might just take Goodman as well. Going my 3rd pitcher here. It's fine, I guess. Who was it? Bradish. 10 picks. I'm already very strong at pitcher. I think I'd rather just go Goodman here. These are 2 guys I don't have a lot of, so let me look at them a little bit closer. That was Colorado and Washington, so let's tag those teams. Alright. Tovar. Luis Garcia. I just saw something, a note about him. Left-hand tightness now. Cruz, I don't mind. Moniak, I like. These guys are all options. I think that's about it. Alright, let's look at some of these hitters that we just drafted. Goodman. I could spell. He's another catcher, right? Yeah. Let's look at where he's going to be hitting. I mean, I see why Colorado players are obviously in high demand here. Have him batting 3rd. He had a crazy year last year, right? I wonder what projections have him at. So he had 31 homers last year in his first full year of action. Oh my goodness. let's see, the year before he played about half a year of a third. Oh, he had a rough first year. I mean, I don't care too much about that, but. And then last year, he still had a 26% strikeout rate, only a 6% walk rate. High BABIP. Projections still have him for 26 plus homers. I mean, that's solid. 250, 28 homers. Let's see, that was an infielder. Like, who else was going around him? Turang, Pena. I mean, you won't find 26 homers there. I know Turang had a hot stretch last year, but I know he just has a history of not having much power at all. Look at this, 7 homers in 155 games. He got popped off for 18 last year. Just a crazy year. Let's look at his minor leagues. He's never hit over 13 in the minor leagues. A couple full seasons. I mean, is that a fluke? I don't know. Feels risky though. Feels like a risky profile. 260. All right, let's see where the draft's at. Wow, we're already back to this. All right, this draft is flying. I need to be a little more on top of my game here. All right, for sure taking Paez or Cruz here. Kind of wanted Cruz, but I don't want to turn down the value on Paez here. I like him as it is. Like, don't think I would go both either. Like these two pitchers. Really like Burns as a breakout pick. Let's get Paez in. Okay, that also is a stack as well. Should remember that. These 5 outfielders. I need to look at Lyle, but could go with our 6. Prefer to wait. These are all reaches here. 8 picks. Story. I don't mind Story or Torque. Yeah, I think this is just another pitcher. Go Eovaldi or Burns. What do we have as our third? Man, I wouldn't mind Burns. We'll just go Eovaldi here now, though. Let's look at. I should have Eno's pitching rankings up. That's my main one here. Using his stuff plus. So let's look at Burns. Got this 26. 100. This guy's crazy. It's just a matter of can he stay healthy. Pure rocket full if you want. 99 last season with a 91 mile per hour slider, struck out 36%. Now let's trust his third pitch. Try to outstuff any problems. Yeah, I mean, where's Eovaldi? So that's 26. I mean, yeah, maybe I should just be taking Burns over Eovaldi, especially in this format. You know, in best ball, you don't have to predict when Burns is going to pitch well. You know, it's going to put him in automatically. So, especially with the start that I had, with 2 solid pitchers, although I will say these guys are both slightly injury prone themselves, so maybe Eovaldi's a fine pick here. He's been climbing up the board as well. I think he was way earlier or later, like a month ago. Okay, but if I have like two players I like, I try to just go with the lowest ADP guy. Helps me not have too high of an exposure to any one player. I learned that from doing football. I did football for the first time this year. So I feel like I learned a lot of drafting strategy from doing football. Mainly getting burned by Kyle Pitts was something I'll never forget. 50-point week in the first week of the playoffs. Holy moly, look at McClanahan here. I mean, these are just auto drafters, so doesn't mean anything. This is also a terrible pick. This guy is out for the year, so okay. I don't know if he's actually out for the year, but I was drafting him a lot early on, so now I think I'm just gonna full fade him, and if he plays, so be it. Or if he falls, maybe to like the last pick, but I'm kind of treating it like he's not gonna pitch this year. Maybe just the latter quarter of the year. Starting the year on the 60-day. Yeah, no thanks. Alright, where are we at? 3-3-5. So don't need to push for outfield there. I do like Moniak though. I'm not against Moniak. Ward isn't like an ultra strong third outfielder. He's not bad. So Moniak's an option. Okay, there he goes. Okay, let's see here. Alright, we're gonna go fast. Ooh, I really like King there. We're gonna have a strong pitching staff. I'm totally fine with that. And then it'll be, we'll take King, and then it'll be, I guess, an infielder. Yeah, I really like Michael King this year. Just saw a report that his velocity was up, I think today. Wonder if that's even made it on here yet. We'll look. I think just an infielder here is fine. Obviously, I like Will Smith. That's also a stack. But I'm probably going to go Murakami. Going for upside here. It could have a lot of power. Maybe Will Smith's a better pick. Let's see. I'm curious what Underdog has for those two. Let's see. Mura, 136. Will Smith. Damn, dude, look at that. 183. Yeah, I don't know what I'm missing there. Like, these catcher projections from site to site are just all over the place. Will Smith is way cheaper on Underdog, and then Contreras is way more expensive on Underdog. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. Maybe I need to dive into that. I don't understand. Okay. So what did we do there? Our pitching staff is just nasty now with getting King there. A lot of the times that is the area I do go to pitchers. I like Bybee. I like that whole, pretty much that whole section. Imai, PPO, Lodolo, even Horton. I like. So a lot of the times I will go to pitchers there, but I think just the fact that this right here, we got Green and Dragons. I don't want to go to pitchers. Want to keep attacking, hitting. Alright, so I need to look up Lyle when I get a second. He's been climbing up the board as well. I was fading him, and then he was climbing, so would make sense to keep fading him, but let's see, what am I missing here? First things first, let's see where he's going to be lining up. I think he's going to be hitting, what, second? Or first? Oh, third. Wood leading off. Lefty, lefty, lefty. Come on, guys. I guess this is against the righty, sure. Hitting third. Crazy. Okay. I wonder if towards the end of it... So I do want to do a $20 draft after this. As the main event kind of for today. So I'll join. I'll get in the queue like when we're over here. Damn, it's already my pick-in. This is crazy. Okay. 4-4-5. So without looking at anything, pitcher for sure. God, maybe I should have gone 2 pitchers last time. I might wait on pitcher and go get my last outfielder here. I don't look at Doyle versus Marte. 26. Wow. Oh, he's an infielder, that's why. outfielders are way more expensive on Underdog. What just happened there? I clicked an ad. Lovely, thanks. Alright, I might go Doyle. God, what is that stupid note? 168. Maybe let's get our infielder first. We'll just go Chapman. I don't love it. We'll revisit it in a sec. Doyle. What's his note? As long as it's not a bad injury. Left wrist inflammation? I mean, that's not great. Who was that? Wasn't there a late outfielder like in Benji? Pitchers. I mean, I don't really want. We're just gonna go Doyle, whatever. Alright, so that's our last outfielder. Jesus. Okay. So we're looking at Lyle. So what did Lyle do last year? 91 games, 9 homers, 8 steals, 300 average. Obviously, that's pretty sexy. But can he do it again? Look at the projections, man. Alright. 10 homers, 14 steals, dude. Yeah. That's... So his ADP has a lot of upside baked in, essentially. They're saying this... I just don't love this pick. Look at his minor leagues. I mean, 140, that's obviously nice. Just so he's gonna hit for a high average, essentially. And then he's projected for a 260 average, so... Yeah, there's just a lot of speculation, I feel like, in his price. I think this is the first time I drafted him. So I'm not seeing anything here that's blowing my mind. I mean, I'm sure he's very athletic here. Let's look at the... I thought I already had this up, but... Oh, let's look at his StatCast. I'm sure he's fast as hell. One thing I was noting here. Just looking at the differences between Underdog and DraftKings here. I mean, 1 more point for stolen bases on DraftKings. So, it's not nothing. Although, honestly, it's pretty close to nothing. If a guy has, what, 40 stolen bases in a year, that's only 40 points. They score, what, like about 1,000 on the year, so it's what? 100 would be 10%, so like, yeah, 4%. Ah, wow, look at that expected batting average, it's nice. Yeah, I mean, 92 sprint speed. He could easily steal 40 bases, I feel like. Doesn't have a bad walk rate, right? 6%, that's not good, but probably good enough. Who else was available around him? Was, Quan is interesting, because I know Lyle's ADP is actually higher than Quan. Yeah, I'm like, should I just have gone Cags? His homer upside is way more realistic. I don't know what level I want to be at going for Cags. Maybe in the $20 draft I would do it. I did get pause on the way back. I don't know if there's anything I would have done differently. There was just nobody else that I liked. And I feel like when I'm in that situation, that's when I need to be taking the highest ADP, or the lowest ADP of the guy, of the positional need, whether I like him or not. Like, I just have to be doing that. Alright, so next pitchers here. I only have 4. Kind of snuck up on us here. I only need 3 more, though. If I can get one of these 2 guys, that would be excellent. I saw Roki was tried out his new 3rd pitch today. I don't know if anyone else saw that as a cutter. I think he struggled with it, but I don't know if it matters. I think just the fact that he was throwing it might be a good sign. He could eventually get some hype here and move up the board. I haven't drafted him at all, really. Okay, where are we at here? Okay, so I'm for sure taking Sheehan. I like Rasmussen as well. Ooh, what are we at? 4, 5, 6, and we're going 7, 7. Damn, I'm quite tempted to go 2 pitchers here. I just feel like these two are the end of this tier. I do like South Stewart as well, though. What do I have? I have 5 infields already. Pretty solid as well. Like Chapman's just a nice floor pick. Alright, let's just take them both. I know those are 2 pitchers that Eno likes a lot. The one thing I'm not sure about is I know like Rasmussen doesn't pitch a lot of innings. Curious, let's see. Oh, look at us, 25. There at least he ranks quality starts. You know what? Actually, this is interesting. I think Underdog. So Underdog gives points for quality starts. DraftKings does not. So I feel like Rasmussen's going to be a lot more valuable in DraftKings now, because he's the guy who goes 5 innings a lot. Ranks 1/10 out of 123 pitchers with 350 plus quality starts. So basically, he doesn't go deep. His health risk probably isn't fully captured here because of college surgeries, but twice now he's throwing around 150. That's what I'm seeing. Like, he's throwing 150 innings twice. ERA that starts with a 2. I mean, it's fine. Like that's fine with me. So he's not going deep into games, but we have to remember that the Rays are going back to a much better park for pitchers. So he'll also get that uptick as well. Yeah, it was like 4 years ago the last time, but injured. But coming off of 150, I mean, that's nice. That's fine with me. And honestly, you'll see this a lot. Guys coming off their first year off injury, it's just more about getting back to the volume. Yeah, their stuff might be down a little bit, so his K rate may have dropped. But this, for him last year, I promise you, this was more important. How old is he? 30. Yeah. So I'm curious what where he goes on Underdog actually now. 198. Sheehan 178. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Okay, where are we at here? Might be time to queue up for the $20 one. Yeah, let's do that. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to fill. Those drafts can take a little longer. Okay, so the main event here. This one's for 200K, baby. Let's get in the queue here. 4 of 12. That may take a while to fill. Alright, well, hopefully it fills. Alright, what are we looking at here? 656. Definitely with this pick, definitely going 776. Might wait for last pick pitcher. Maybe go to infield here. Like Manzardo. Oh yeah, we said we were going Durbin. We're going to stick to that. Who else did we tag up here? Basalo. Garcia. What if we go Garcia here? Saying he's going to platoon with who? Some guy I've never heard of. Strong side platoon. Man, what's his projection here? There's another guy I like as well. Maybe. Oh, geez, it's already my turn. Okay. We'll go Durbin. The other guys I like that I just kind of fall back to are Jake Berger, just because he's projected for a lot of homers. I really like Manzardo. I've been taking a lot of him, though. I don't know if I want to go overboard. We'll go Durbin here. What are the stacks here? Baltimore. Nothing I'm really thinking. I already tagged him, so I should be looking up here. Like, I haven't really drafted this guy. I just don't have much of a desire to draft catchers. I'll just go Manzardo. He's kind of my favorite. So I like Manzardo. I mean, mainly for the power upside, right? He had 27 homers last year. And he was a highly rated prospect. This is just going to be his second full year. Like, hitting 27 homers? Yes, please. I think they just signed Rhys Hoskins. I mean, they're not going to platoon. Like, this guy is, like, their future, right? Like, they're not going to suppress this guy's at-bats. He had a 9% walk rate. That's fine. With potential to grow there. Look at his minor league numbers. I just like him a lot. I'm sure he's risky, but everyone's gonna be a little risky at this price. So I would like to go for upside. And he had 27 homers last year. Find me a guy who hit 27 homers last year in this range. I think Herrera had a good year, right? What was he, 18 something? 19? Carter Jensen's good prospect. Said he likes Stott this year. There you go. Let's see. I like McLean. Let's see what that note is. I'd like to see Beth second. Yeah, maybe he's a guy I should be going for a little bit more. I'm just gonna tag him. I mean, I like Royce Lewis. He was off to a couple. He was on a tear a couple times over the past 2 years, and then he got injured last year. Just hasn't had he was injured 2 years ago? And last year he was coming back from injury. My entire computer is crashing here, I think. Hello. There we go. Okay. I kind of want to start drafting some of this guy. Owen Cassidy. He popped off the charts on Eno's bat speed article. Berger's a guy I like. What's his dot? There you go, he's already hitting homers. It's so hard to balance these guys in baseball. There's just so many guys. Okay, last pick. Gonna be a pitcher. I'm scared of these guys. Alright. Some pitchers I like. Cody Ponce. This is the... Isn't this the free agent from the Korean League? I just know Eno likes him. Consider myself more of a GM than a scout. I'll let Eno do the heavy scouting, especially on pitching. I'm not going to be creating my own analytics stat anytime soon, so... These are all guys I like. We'll just go with whoever's available at the top here. Then we'll take a look at the team, and gee, hopefully this will fill here pretty quickly. It's 5:30. Come on, guys. Alright, we'll just take Cody Ponce. And that's a draft. Let's do a quick review. Another guy I wanted to look up real quick, Milton. This is another guy I was liking going into the draft, but I think he just got hurt today. I hadn't drafted him much yet, thankfully. General right arm soreness. There's just no reason to draft him while that's up in the air, you know? There's so many guys that are similar. This is why I take that risk. Alright, where are we at? 6? Alright, it's moving up a little bit. And we need some more degens. Come on now. Okay. Alright, up 7. That's pretty good. I think it could fill in the next 10 minutes. Alright, let us... I'm going to turn my fan on in here real quick. Okay. So let's see. What happened? Oh my god, look at this. What the hell? I've never seen that before. 10, 5, 5. Alright, man. Alright. Oh god. I don't know what to say about that. What else unique we have here? I mean, his players were all normal. No crazy. I think McLean is a reach here. Peralta as well. He wasn't auto-drafting. Rogers. I heard Rogers is having a good spring. I mean, should I say start? Didn't factor in decision, only 1 hit. I mean, that's nice. Wow, opening day, man. I don't think Eno likes him, so I've been kind of avoiding him. Let's see. Rogers. Trevor Rogers. He has him 65 behind Bubik and Cantillo. So you guys are basically free. Let's read about him. There are a lot of commonalities between Trevor Rogers and Chris Bubik. Both have been up and down in their careers, both have seen their below-average velocity fluctuate. Both outpaced the model significantly last year, and both lefties throw sweepers and changeups low in the zone. When I quizzed him on his breakout mid-season, Rogers wondered if batters saw pitches down, assumed they were changeup, and then took what was actually the sweeper for called strikes. Modelers mostly think of tunneling as happening off the fastball, so that could be a wager to outperform the metrics. But even just last year, Rogers had an ERA over 5 in the minor leagues on his way up. There's precious little there to hang your hat on in the peripherals. Something closer to his career ERA and WHIP would make more sense for him in 2026. Not super inspiring. Not, you know what I mean? Okay, I don't know why we're analyzing this guy's team. Let's take a look at mine. Alright, what would you guys have done differently here? Let's see where we're at. 7 to 12, okay. I don't think you guys would have done anything different here. 60. Sometimes it's just crazy to look at it. Alright, Ohtani, Gunnar, Roman. So Roman, it's a little bit of a reach, but actually his ADP is creeping up anyways. So I could have done something different here, but I just love getting my second outfielder by the 3rd round, so you could have talked me into Green, Bellinger. Maybe I'll do some Langford with Ohtani, because that'll be a unique combination. Um, and I wouldn't reach for two of them. I like doing Gunnar, Vlad, Pete with one of them. So, okay. This pick, maybe I can change up a little bit here and there on my Otani teams. Okay, then Lindor fell to 48. I like that. I like Ward at 49. I don't think there's much to discuss here. You could, if you like Freeman over Lindor, fine. But I think infield outfield was the play here. I wouldn't have wanted to reach for Stowers. I don't think. 53 ADP. And then again, I mean I normally don't do this, but I haven't seen these two fall this far in the same draft. So kind of a unique build here with Green and Dragons on an Otani team. Pretty interesting there. So I think having said that, we want to be waiting on pitching, which we did at least for the next 2 rounds, which is good. These are 2 hitters I don't have a lot of. I think this might have been the first time I drafted either of them. But I felt I need a 4th outfielder in my top 100. So I just went with the highest ADP. And I have to keep telling myself that this contest comes down to a 2-week period. I don't know for sure that Lyle's not going to have a good 2-week period, right? He's my 4th outfielder. I don't need him to be an MVP for that to be a good pick. And quite frankly, I'm not going to be right about everybody. So just need to bite the bullet on some of these and take some guys I'm not targeting. Goodman, I mean, these are awesome numbers. Plays in Colorado. I like taking Colorado guys, A's guys. We want those high upside weeks, which can absolutely happen when they have, 2 series in Colorado that week. That's what we want. We want that upside. All right, we need 5 more people to join. Let's keep going through here, though. All right, and then Pages fell to 120. We like that. I think this is where he was being drafted about a month ago, but he has climbed all the way up here. I kind of agree with it, honestly. You get 27 homers on the Dodgers. What does Roster Resource have him? I mean, they don't have him platooning off the bat, right? Maybe they do. No. Nope. In center field. Righty. So they would need a lefty outfielder to platoon with him? Yeah, I don't see that happening, so. Should be a staple in the lineup. I mean, a 25-year-old hit 27 homers with the Dodgers. Sign me up. And, I mean, I don't care that he's in 8th. I couldn't care less. It's on the best lineup in baseball. Let's see what his projections look like. Yeah, see, I mean, this is, 4 or 5 years ago, but it's still nice to see that he's had a few 25-plus homer seasons. He used to have a decent walk rate. I wish there was a way to, remove the seasons with, less than, 50 games or something. Maybe you have to pay for that. I can't afford it. Sorry. Projections have him around 22 to 26 homers. Sure. Coming off 27 homer season. Yeah, I like this. I will continue to draft him. I think the reason I was drafting him early, this was, like I said, this is why I like to compare. This was kind of like a red flag early. He's always been around 93 on Underdog. He was at 130 on DraftKings. And I know outfield goes higher on Underdog, but you can definitely find some values doing that. It's not going to be my be-all, end-all, but I use it as a tiebreaker. Especially when I only have 30 seconds to make a pick. Come on. Oh my god, it went down, folks. We might be screwed here. Maybe in the future I should queue up for this a little earlier. Well, I mean, I guess we can see what the other lobbies look like. Let's finish up the review here. So with Pajas and Evaldi. Again, I wouldn't fault you for taking a different picture here, but I think the positions were right. I had my third infielder. One outfield, one pitcher seemed right there. Love that king fell. I mean, this is nice. Nice value. Oh, is there? I want to see the note. I saw on Twitter, I think his velocity was up. See if I can find that. See if I can find that real quick. Alright. Who am I looking up? Michael King. Michael King was electric today. Velo ticked up and 7 whiffs on just 37 pitches equals pure dominance. Yeah. The only thing I care about is that velocity up, 7 whiffs. Yes, sir. Anyways, I mean, I was drafting him no matter what, but that alone might cause his ADP to rise. So, good to get him today before it does. I mean, also we've seen increase in velocity cause arm injuries, but yeah, that's fine. We don't need to worry about that. All right, took Murakami over Will Smith. See, this would be one. I was gonna say I wouldn't mind because like DraftKings doesn't have like their projected points here, which Underdog does. Like says right here at 900. I'm sure Will Smith's gonna be way higher. 1,046. I think that's because just when you have these international players coming over, they don't have anything to base their projections off, so I think they give them like less at bats. I think Fangraphs does the same thing. What the hell? That's not him. Okay, there we go. Let's see here. Look at that. Say less, man. Say less. 26. All right. Play some third base. Wow. 56 homers, crazy. Okay. So last year, I mean, 211 WRC plus. Again, we're looking for upside. This guy has upside. Can't tell me otherwise. Projected for, okay, they have some nice projections on him. This is what I want to do. Let's try this. Let's do Will Smith and Murakami. Alright, this is kind of, I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but it is what it is. I'm a little lazy. Alright. Man, this is also kind of annoying. Wish they had like a median projection on here. Something like that. I can just do my best. Again, that doesn't need to be perfect. Alright, singles, what? Anywhere from 46 to 70. Oh my god. Let's just pick one line and stick with it. What are the homer baseline? 24 to 32? I mean, the bat is a good one. Let's just, yeah, basically the same for these international prospects. If they have 88, why don't we go oopsie? I've been seeing this one used a lot lately. And we'll do that for both Will Smith and Murakami. So 59, 18, 1. $30 homers. Yes, please. Runs ribbies. 75, 77. Walks hit by pitch. Just call it 91. Stolen bases, no chance. Oh damn, okay. 12. I'm not gonna put 12 though. We'll put 9. Is this already locked down? I don't know. Again, I'm a little lazy with this stuff. It's just for fun. Cool. Alright, let's look at Will Smith. Alright, the oopsie. I mean, his PAs are lower, but that makes sense. He's a catcher, right? Okay, let's plug this in. Will Smith. Single, double, triple. Down here. 69, 21, and 1. Homers. Oh, what am I doing? Okay. 20, 67, 67. Okay. Let's call it 58 and 9. Stolen bases. 3. Damn. Well, there's your answer, right? I mean, the variance on the Murakami projection is just... I mean, I'm sure that's why it makes them close. But yeah, I mean, I think that's a good indicator right there as to why he goes ahead of Will Smith. And that's just like my concern with catchers in general. I should probably do that with Contreras, because that ADP still mystifies me. But well, one thing I saw is William Contreras gonna play first base? It says catcher. Let's see what roster resource has. And then how many PAs he has on his projection would be good. Yeah, he's still catching. I think his brother is switching to first this year. So that I get a little more, but he might DH as well. If they want to keep that bat in the lineup. Look at that. I mean, I know he's a sick hitter. 124 WRC plus projected. Let's see if our draft. Oh, baby. Okay, what do we get? Pick number 8. Okay. So here's the big boy. Wow, good timing. Probably would have helped if I had the notification on. Okay. Pick 8. This is the big boy here. Can't mess this up. Okay. So this is a draft I'm gonna... Man, I hate this pick. Really hate this pick. We'll see who falls. I might start going Julio over Tucker. Well, let's see. I really don't have much of either. Nah, let's just go for upside. If I... okay, well there goes Julio, so... Do I go scoot ball here? I still say no, man. Just, so if I go pitcher here, fuck, yeah, I'm gonna have to, I'm just gonna go Tucker. I like scoot ball after that, Tucker and Julio. I don't know, I just haven't found the time to draft him yet. And, I'll show you guys some numbers, but I guess he could do complete games, but, yeah, we'll take Kyle Tucker. Alright, that's my first $20 league with Kyle Tucker, so that is good. What was I looking at with scoot ball? This here. I think it's mainly that QS stat that, I don't know. There's probably nothing to it. Also in these $20 drafts, I mean, if we saw outfield getting pushed up in the $1 drafts, it happens twice as much in these drafts, so it's just hard to start with the pitcher, man. It's hard. And then getting that outfield in round 1 will let me get one of the really good infielders in round 2. And I already know there's a ton of outfielders here, sometimes outfielders here, so we'll see. So yeah, basically, like, if I had pick 9, 10, or 11, I would have taken scoot ball. I'm trying not to full fade him. Here's an interesting pick here. 2 pitchers of the turn, Skeens and Crochet. Alright, let's see. Does Carroll fall? Nope. I've been taking a lot of Churio, but from here, maybe I'll go with one of the infielders here. Haven't taken a lot of Cal yet. I like Kurtz, but I just can't. Ah, man, just having 1 year of production, being drafted this time. Okay, well, there he goes. I guess we'll take Cal. I'm not necessarily targeting him, but I don't want to fade 70 homers either. Really like Churio. I mean, maybe Churio is their better pick here. We'll go Cal. I don't have a lot of them. You know, I've been reaching on Churio a little bit, but I don't want to full fade any of these guys in the first 2 rounds, just because this contest comes down to a 2-week playoff, and there's no way you're gonna be able to predict that Churio is gonna outscore Raleigh in that 1 2-week period. So try not to fade any of the first 2 rounds really. But okay, so we got Kyle Tucker, Cal Raleigh. Let's tag those teams so we remember our stacks. This is just how I keep track of some later round targets. I try not to reach for stacks early in the draft, but I try to target them late. Maybe get some Hye-Sung Kim. Okay, wow, the board's moving pretty fast here. Let's see where we're at. Alright, what happened here? Nothing crazy. Yamamoto's not off the board yet. I would take him at 32. This guy went 3 outfielders. 3 outfielders. This guy needs an outfielder. Okay. So I would take Yamamoto at 32. Again, I'm not targeting the pitchers, the first 4 pitchers, but if they fall to me, I'll take them at 32. God, I love Langford, dude. This is rough. I'll take Yamamoto. I mean, I have to find my spots where I draft him. And I'm taking a lot of Langford. And there should still be an outfielder on the way back. Maybe. We'll see. Okay. So I just have 1 of each, and this puts me behind at outfield. I generally like to have 2 by the 3rd round, but again, I have to be flexible and take values when I can, especially on players I don't have a lot of. So there goes Langford. This guy taking another outfielder. Really hoping these guys don't take outfielders here. The last one I'd take at 41 is probably Suzuki. I think I'd go Suzuki, so yeah, let's tag all these guys. We got like 6 picks here. Decent chance to get one. Not going to go pitcher, even if he falls. What else? Okay, there goes Sanchez. That's good. If all of the outfielders go, can maybe consider it another infielder, but I'm really wanting outfielder here. Okay. Wow, this guy went 3 pitchers. All right. Yeah, might as well go 4, man. Might as well. You might as well get that infielder. Oh, damn it. I would have loved the Rosarina there. Or at my pick. Okay, that's good. How many outfielders left? Okay, cool. Guaranteed to get one. My preferred order here is, I think, Merrill, Suzuki. There goes Suzuki. So I prefer Merrill over Duran. See what happens. Who else? Let's see. Yeah, nothing else really exciting here. There goes Merrill. I don't love Duran, I'll be honest. But I don't have much of a choice when I only have one outfielder. Okay. So now we can add Boston players to our list here. Okay. Heard some good things about Durbin. This might be another Durbin team here late. I'll just tag him, but okay. Wow, Raggins went? What is going on? It's a $20 draft. It's crazy. Okay. Brown. Oh, so these picks, actually all of these picks, make my Yamamoto pick look really good. We got a 6-pick value on the 4th pitcher. This guy has 3 of the top 4 pitchers. That could mean people will need to reach for pitcher, which when they're doing that, hopefully I'll be taking hitters. Okay. So we have 2 outfielders. Another thing about Duran, I was noticing, I like to compare underdog ADP with DraftKings, just to, you can sometimes find some value. I also use it as a tiebreaker when I only have 30 seconds to make a pick. But look at that, 31 ADP, that is crazy. And I know outfielders go higher on underdog. But even in the outfield range, that's high for him. And if I have more time, DraftKings, you get an extra point for stolen bases, so maybe Duran's not a bad pick on DraftKings. I mean, that's where he's going to get a lot of his value, so. Okay, what are we doing here? 56. The only thing is, I freaking love Fried. If there's not any hitters I like, we'll go Fried. I was falling behind on pitching a little, or I'm sorry, outfield, so you know what, we're just going to go with Taylor Ward. Falling 6 picks. That's what we need when we don't take outfield. So yeah, we'll take Ward. Pretty easy. Again, outfield is going to fall off a cliff at some point. So I want 3 pretty early, and then 4 before pick 100 is ideal. Maybe I can put Cags into that category because I really like Caglianone this year. But all right. So 1 pitcher, 1 infielder, 3 outfield. Let's see. And I will continue to attack outfield here If either of these two guys fall, I will absolutely take them. Infield, there's just so many good infielders throughout the whole draft, even at the end. So I'm never in a rush to take infield. If Fried was here, I would have taken him. I like Gilbert, but might go infield here. 65. Suarez or Nito, I do like. Might go with the upside with Nito. Again, so we could go Naylor for a stack, but I don't want to reach for stacks this early. I don't think that's where the value of stacking comes from. I think it comes late. Nito, I like a lot. Let's take him. It fits our team nicely. Fell a couple picks. I know he was going a lot later, earlier on in the draft season, but I'm not too worried about it. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's see. What's the next pick? See, would we have done anything different here? Fried would have been super interesting. Okay, if I didn't have Yamamoto, I would for sure have gone Fried. But again, getting that third outfielder is so important. So, both would have been good picks. Could have considered even a fourth outfielder here. Don't really want to reach for Trout. I mean, that could have been fine. Definitely an option. Alright, so do we need to tag some more hitters? We got an Angels player. They don't have much going on late. I know that. I haven't really drafted into either of these two. Don't really want to draft Soler. He had a horrible year last year. This is your power hitter hitting 12 homers. Okay. Josh Lowe is somewhat interesting, but I haven't drafted him much. I usually get my 6th outfielder before then. Alright, so what are we considering here? 1, 2, 3. Could definitely consider a second pitcher out of this group. I like DeGrom. I haven't been drafting McLean much. I think I should probably mix in Cease a little more. And then I like this tier down here. As far as infielders, I like Bush. I've been avoiding Robert. He just makes me nervous. I feel like his price is just based on so much speculation. But so I think I'm hoping for DeGrom here. Get our second pitcher. I don't need him though. Bush would be nice. There goes Cease. Damn, DeGrom, I mean, that's another nice value, a pitcher. Again, I like Bush, but that would be my third infielder. I can wait. Next pick, I don't mind taking one of these as my third infielder. And I like DeGrom a decent amount more than these other guys, so I think we'll go pitcher. Just happens to fall to me, too. That's beautiful. So we got DeGrom and Yamamoto. Don't have the fourth outfielder yet. Do we need to force it here at 89? Maybe. What outfielders are going to be available? Harris. I take him a lot as my fourth outfielder. It'll be hard for me to pass on him. Haven't been taking much Marcy. Might just be a me problem. Probably need to do a little bit more research on him. I don't know. I just see Marlins and I'm like, I don't know. Unproven on the Marlins. Feels risky. So more guys here. A lot of the infielders I liked went. I like Ben Rice. I think I'm going Harris first, though. Let's see if he falls. For me, I think it'll be Rice or Harris. And there goes Harris. Could go Valdez, but I don't think I will, especially because I got Yamamoto. There he goes anyways. There goes Ben Rice. Alright, this is a tough one. I'm leaning Abrams. This is my tiebreaker when I only have 30 seconds. 90, Abrams. I think Langolier is a lot higher, yeah. Alright, we'll take Abrams. Oops. Don't have a lot of them. It's not my favorite pick, but he's got some good upside. He's a young, talented player. Could have considered Butler. I don't love Stanton. So yeah, it's crazy how fast you fall behind an outfield. I don't have a fourth now, so let's hope one of these two fall back to us. I think that would be really nice. Could also get Cruz a little later. We did just get Abrams, so let's tag our Nationals here. Okay. Alright, let's check out the team. So now we want to start thinking about what build we're going. Basically either 7 or 8 pitchers. And then generally usually I go 7 infielders, 6 outfielders if I'm going 7 pitchers. So 8-6-6 or 7-7-6 are generally the builds I'm going. I think I did 1 7 outfielder team, but now I've just been attacking outfield as early as I can. So when we're considering which build, I mean the factor off the bat that I have Yamamoto is gonna yell for a 7-7-6. Man, this could be a 7 outfielder team. We only got 3 in the first 100 picks. And we got a stud pitcher with DeGrom is at 2. That's solid. So I think it's probably too early to tell the team build. Okay. So pick 104, 113. Let's tag some more players that we like. I like Jacob Wilson. I like Yuri. I don't think I'd draft him here. Maybe on the comeback. But I think this has to be outfield. There goes Cags. Fuck. Yeah, that sucks. Do I reach for Pajes? I kind of think I do. I mean, I'm drafting for upside. Kwan's a decent floor pick, which kind of makes sense with what we have, because I don't have a fourth. But we're trying to win the big bucks here. We want upside. The question is if I go non-outfielder here. Yeah, let's just take Pajes here. Alright, and that stacks up with Kyle Tucker, which is nice. Right, 2, 3, 4 here. Now we do probably consider Yuri Perez on the way back. Maybe Evaldi. I love Burns. You know, he's a popular breakout pick. A little riskier. I don't think I would pick him over like Yuri Perez though. What's that little dot? Okay, just update on his start. Not a big deal. Okay. Computer is lagging here. Okay, thank you. Okay, 2, 3, 4 here. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going pitcher. 2, 3, 4. Could consider one of these infielders. Pena's. I like Pena. I like Michael Garcia. This would be my 4th infielder. Still think I just prefer pitcher. Yuri's my favorite here. I think we just looked at Roger's analysis earlier on why we weren't drafting him at the moment, but I know he had a good spring start, so maybe that's a bad take. But Yuri's my favorite here, especially if we're drafting for upside. I think it's just simply Yuri. Yeah. All right. So let's take a look here. So pretty much have all the starting spots locked up. Again, I'm not worried about falling behind on infield. There's a lot of options late that have legitimate upside. Got our 4th outfielder. Should I have considered outfield there? Maybe. Maybe that should have been Grisham or Cruz. Pick 113. Haven't been drafting a lot of Grisham. I mean, that's probably stupid. Let's take a look at him. He's going to be leading off for the Yankees, right? Probably not a smart fade. If my computer ever loads here. Yeah, I mean, not a platoon option, center field. I think I should probably be considering him in that same Paez range. Power bat, hitting leadoff for the Yankees. Like, why are you fading that? I don't get it. Okay. And that would have been what, my 5th? Yeah, maybe it would have been outfield last pick. But we did take pitcher, so let's try to shore up our infield here. I love Jacob Wilson. Playing in a minor league park again this year. Let's see. I love Murakami as well. Do like Torque. Wow. Okay, a lot of options here. Could also go Eovaldi, but again, maybe that's why we should have got outfielder last pick. I think that probably would have been the better play, but that's okay. Alright, we'll take Jacob Wilson. Gives us a really strong infield. I don't think we'll need 7 infielders now, so we could go with the 7 outfielder build. Or we could go with 8 pitchers. This team could honestly go anyway. Alright, 137. So I need to get my 5th outfielder. Usually I try to get Moniak. I think Laureano's a sneaky good pick as well. Just a solid, in this range, like, just a solid pick. That 858 OPS last year. Will Smith, I just took infielder. I think Snell and King are interesting here. Let's see, there goes Laureano, so I guess we just go pitcher. Snell or King? Just says he's not going to be available. This is pretty interesting because this is probably his lowest price. I guess he could keep dropping. I just like King though. I don't know. That's just, yeah. I just like Michael King. I think he had a good report from spring training today that his velocity was up. So that means he's either going to have a breakout year or he's going to get hurt. So, fantastic. But again, we like variance in this draft. In best ball, you know, your best player is going to be put in when they're good, and when they're bad, they're not going to be put in. So, we like volatility. We like upside. Which I guess Snell fits that bill as well. But okay. Yeah, Snell is just such a wild card, man. It feels good taking him at his lowest price. You know, he could just be an easy league winner. If all he has to do is be healthy for the playoffs. Alright, let me tag a few more pitchers. I really like getting 2 pitchers from this range. I just think they all have really good, solid upside. I like Okamoto. Still don't have the 5th outfielder, do we? That's tough. I don't have a lot of Burleson, but maybe this could be the draft for him. 52. Wouldn't mind like this being... well, there he goes. really like Okamoto. I also like these pitchers. This is why I like having my outfield pretty much done by here. Should probably be pitcher or infielder here. How many pitchers do we like here? Quite a bit. Maybe one will fall. And then I guess we're just going to wait on outfield. I never do this. Okay, now my computer's lagging. We might just get nobody here. Man, I should probably have this up on my phone. I think we just got fucked. Okay, I guess we got Max Muncy. Well, there's a wasted pick. Unreal. Okay, I gotta have these drafts up on my phone. And that's how you throw away 20 bucks, guys. No. Alright. Nice of my computer to lag for 20 seconds right there. Love that. Love that for me. Alright, well, we'll just keep moving. Pretend like that's Okamoto, please, guys. I'll send an email to DraftKings. Okay. Alright, we're definitely going 7 outfielders then. Okay. I'm gonna be crying when this guy breaks out. Okay, let's see. I think we just take our 5th pitcher here. So that's the negative part to queuing up my stacks. That's the first time that's happened to me in over 100 drafts. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. So yeah. You know what Underdog does is you can sort by rank here, which would be freaking amazing. But of course DraftKings is such a POS, you can't do that. Have to manually reorder these every time. Maybe I shouldn't tag guys until like later in the draft, or maybe I should just get a new computer. Probably the better idea. Okay. Look at this. What a troll. What a troll. I kind of just want to draft him though. No, I can't though. I can't. I'll go by B. Man, I'm just so pissed off about that. Okay. Gotta move on. Gotta move on. Of course, there goes my pitcher. Let's see, what if we go 6 and then stop? No, how many pitchers do we have? 4. Yeah, we gotta get another pitcher here. We'll just go Kate Orton. Okay. Man, what a troll. Alright, let's see, that was our 5th infielder. Hey, at least it's a stack. What's this? No, I don't mind Muncy. That's probably not the end of the world. Not ideal. Not the end of the world. Okay. So we still need at least 2 outfielders. It's crazy how quickly it gets away from you. There goes Doyle. I don't mind Friedel, as just, especially when this team. I like Kowser for some power upside. Carter could have a bounce back year. I like DeLauder as well. I think he would add wrist inflammation or something. It's not ideal. Oh, lower body soreness. That seems fine. Except he had core muscle surgery last year. It's fine. It's fine. And there goes Friedel. So I haven't been drafting Simpson at all. You know what? I just discovered that stolen base difference between Underdog. Wonder, because on Underdog he's like pick 200 or something. So that was like a red flag for me, but maybe that's because the stolen bases are worth less. Okay. What other pitchers here? We like Sheehan. These are kind of the 3. I next. What do we have? 5, so like 6, 7. I think we get one of these 3 on the way back. There goes Kaiser. Wow. That's what I like to be done in outfield. We'll wait. We'll keep waiting. Who was our fourth? Paz. Yep. Dominguez, Beck. Maybe like Beck in the next couple rounds. The Lauder or something like that. Damn, this pick's actually pretty tough here. 176. I think we just go. Maybe we go Holiday. This will be probably his cheapest price all year. For sure in this contest, which has been going on for a couple months. Or I guess a month. Okay. So, I think we're gonna be done with infield. This is such a unique draft for me. I think I never do this. I almost always have two outfielders in the first three rounds. But you know, when these guys fall, I have to be ready to take them. So I wonder where else I could have gone outfield. Maybe like I mean DeGrom fell. I don't love these outfielders. I think it was it Perez the pick? Yeah, see, Perez for Grisham was the play, 100%. Should have taken Grisham here. Okay. 185. We might just have to reach to make sure we get at least one decent outfielder. But also, I love Sheehan, so yeah, Nola's a nice floor pick for what, our sixth pitcher. Our pitching's strong though. Might be done at infield. So it's either, for me, it's either Beck. It's gonna get real nasty. There goes Beck. This is crazy. We'll just go with pitcher. Sheehan's getting a lot of hype this year, but I mean that's such a cheap price. It feels good. I know Eno has him quite high on his Stuff Plus rankings. Look at that. Eno has him at 30. Let's read the little synopsis here. Strikeout rate over 30%, a walk rate that is better than league average. Is customary to playing mid-90s fastball. His killer changeup. If there's any worry, it's that the Stuff Plus model liked his changeup better than either of his breaking balls, and that he probably got his good results on the slider mostly by command. He doesn't have a long history of command and had below average grades on that tool as a prospect. Last year was the outlier in terms of walks and command metrics. Overall, the stuff is probably good enough to survive some command regression, though, and is comfortably in the top 6. The one thing about him is I don't know how many 2-start weeks the Dodgers pitchers are going to get. If they do roll with the 6-man rotation the whole year, I feel like that's one of those things that you worry about before the year, and then one guy gets injured, and then a week later another guy gets injured. So it never really comes to fruition, I feel like. So that's why you just draft based on skills. So let's see here. Also, at some point we have to draft some outfielders. It's really going to be testing my knowledge here, because I haven't done this a lot. Go this deep. I mean, he's kind of a floor. I said I want to draft a little bit more Cassie here. This will be a good draft to take him. Maybe Josh Lowe? He had that one awesome year. And then he's just been injured on and off every freaking year after that. What are we doing? 7. How light can I wait? Ooh, yeah, I don't know if I want this to Lauder. I kind of want McClanahan here, though. I think I'll do it at this point. What's the difference? Okay. Muncy and Holiday and Wilson. Okay, McClanahan, and there he goes. Okay, so, no, okay. I thought the Lauder was gone. We'll just take the Lauder. It's an upside pick for sure. We have, who's our first bench is Paz. That's fine. Oh God, don't lag me again. Maybe I better clean up my queue here. Oh man, Durbin. I wanted Durbin on this team. 7-7-6. Could still go 7-7-6, honestly. Maybe we'll take Durbin later. What other outfielders do I have from stack teams? Carter wasn't a stack, was he? No, I think I just tagged him because I'm desperate. Okay. Where did I take DeLauder? Okay. We can wait on Durbin though, like that. We can do that if he's still available late. Carter, maybe we'll take Carter. Carter or Cassie. What does Underdog say? Once you get this late, it's all the same. 232. Cassie. Am I really gonna lag again right here? Jeez. 235. Yeah. I mean, they're basically the same. What was it again? Basically the same. Yeah. Okay. Alright, I think we'll go Evan Carter. I haven't really taken him at all. Pray for a bounce back season. I don't know what happened to this guy. He was such a highly touted prospect, and then he came up and he was hot, and then I think he got hurt and just has never been the same. Okay. Alright, so we got 6-6-6. This is such a tough team. Okay. Goes back to why I draft outfield early. Okay. So what do I want to go 7 with? Do I want to go infield or outfield? Let me see if I can... DraftKings just has the worst damn UI. Like, I'm trying to look at what looks stronger here. So, Raleigh, Nito, Abrams, Wilson, fucking Max Muncy, and Holiday. And then the outfield. I guess it's really the outfield. Am I comfortable with this outfield? Tucker, Duran, and Ward is strong. And the bench is not. Paz, DeLauder, Carter. What does, I'm interested in Cassie. I want to see where he's projected to hit. So he's projected to be in a platoon hitting 9th for the Marlins. I mean, that just makes me so nervous. He could easily move up, though. I mean, I'm not worried about the 9th too much. But just to start the year there, I don't know. I don't know if that's worth it. I don't know if we get, like, many usable weeks from him. Maybe we just take Durbin. We know we like him. He's on a stack. Maybe he fixes our Max Muncy pick for us. Abrams is not super consistent. So it wouldn't be bad to have a 7th. Definitely don't need to go 8 pitchers. Yeah, it would just be 8. Cody Pumps. And there's Jordan Walker. He was a decent outfield option as well. Should have considered him. I kind of like Canzone as well. Alright, so just need to decide between infield and outfield for our 7th. It's just like if you look at the projections between the hitters, the options here, like Durbin versus who else? Like Cassie, like it's gonna be night and day in favor of Durbin. And like, will those guys produce usable weeks? I don't know. We'll just go Durbin. Maybe that was stupid, but all these outfielders are dart throws. And at least we have a strong starting three at the end of the day. Can work. Still just so ticked off about that Muncie pick. That would have been sweet with Okamoto here. I would have been happy. Maybe could have reached on outfield here. All right, last pick is going to be 7th pitcher. That I will not change my mind on, or you all absolutely need 7 pitchers. Just the way the scoring works, the way that 2-start weeks are so important, having another chance at a 2-start week from a pitcher, it could absolutely win you your playoffs. I like Ponce, Miller, Ashcraft. Probably just going to take one of those 3. And then we'll review the draft and probably call it a day after that. I'm going to be trying streaming these drafts almost every day around this time. Maybe a little earlier on the weekend. We'll see if we can't get some people in here to chat about the picks. Make it a little more fun. Alright, Cody Ponce, come on down. I like Miller as well, but I've drafted a lot of him. Coming off an injury, definitely good upside. Ponce, I think he's the guy that I forgot to look it up earlier. He's the guy from Korea, right? Played in Korea last year. So, like, to me, that just means high variance. That's all I hear, and we like high variance. 180 innings, 12.5 K per 9. I mean, really, I care about that. He's not that old, right? Yeah, 31. And I care that Saris likes him. Oh, damn, I actually thought he was higher. It's okay, though. I think he talked about him in one of his articles. He doesn't have a write-up on the guys after 75, I think. Anyways, alright, let's do a quick review and we'll call it a day. Okay. I think the review is going to be pretty obvious, but so yeah, let me know if you would have done anything differently with these picks. Alright, so first pick we went Kyle Tucker. I think we could have gone Scooball, obviously. But like I've been saying throughout the whole draft, if you fall behind an outfielder, it can get real nasty. So I'm kind of putting him behind the outfielders, Tucker and Julio. Maybe I'll keep him ahead of Tatis, just so I don't get 0 Scooball. This pick, honestly, I was thinking about taking Churio. I've been doing that a lot. But recently I've been getting an outfielder in the 3rd round, so I've been okay with taking one of these elite infielders when they fall. So I tried that here, and I think it's fine. It's just then Yamamoto fell, so I felt obligated to take him. Maybe I can't go pitcher unless I have 2 outfielders, something like that. But anyways, I think this is a fine pick. 6 picks after ADP. Should be fairly unique to get with Tucker and Raleigh. So okay, I think this is fine. Duran was the last outfielder of this tier for me. It's kind of a no-brainer, and he's an outfielder. Ward also no-brainer here. Fell 6 picks. I was still needing outfield. I have no problem with that. Nito, that was my second infielder. Already had 3 outfielders, so I was feeling okay. Also, none of them dropped, so I had to reach for Trout, which I'm not against, but I like Nito more just as a prospect and a player. I think he has more upside, but his price is getting pretty high now, honestly. He was, I think, 80 a month ago. So, not sure about this pick. Don't think I would have gone pitcher since I had Yamamoto and DeGrom fell to me anyways. So, I think this pick was either Nito or Trout. Maybe Trout was the right pick, looking at how the rest of the draft went. And then we keep going. DeGrom fell. Because I have Yamamoto, I'm not really targeting pitcher, but if a good one that I like falls basically around, I think it's fine to take him. I don't love these outfielders. I would have taken Harris here if he fell. He didn't. So I had to pivot to the next infielder. So I think this is fine. I prefer Rice, but he got picked. If you want to take a different infielder here, I totally get it. So then I was filling the heat at outfield. Definitely had to go outfield here. Went with Pages, which is a little bit of a reach, but he's just my favorite of the bunch. In my opinion, 27 homers on the Dodgers. Sign me up for that versus these 15 homer guys. Adolis had a horrible year last year. I know people are buying back into him, but I've never bought into him. And I think this is what we talked about earlier. I think this was the pick that was probably wrong. Because I did not get my 4 in front of 100. I was behind on outfield, and this range of outfielder down here, I just hate drafting. So I think this, even though I love Yuri, I think this should have been Grisham. That would have given us our 5th outfielder, and that would have been a strong outfield group, very strong. And I ended up ignoring them anyways, but it just felt bad. I would have felt a lot better about ignoring them, let's put it that way. And our pitching was already strong at this point, so maybe in the future I need to consider Grisham as another viable outfield option. Next, Jacob Wilson fell. I think is fine. I like Wilson or Murakami. I just kind of went with the lowest ADP. He fell 8 picks. I think that was fine. On the way back, we went pitcher. I like King. Could have been King or Snell. Maybe next time we go Snell, especially since we had a nice pitching staff. Maybe this is the time we do go Snell, because we can, withstand the injuries that we already know he's going to have, and already has. This is interesting. This guy took Snell, 2 injured pitchers right here. But all right, and then our computer effed up and took Muncy for us, so that's just great. Let's just say this was Okamoto. That would have been really nice. Whatever. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. But I think infield, it doesn't matter. I didn't make that pick. All right. So then we came back with Cade Horton. I think for me, he's the last pitcher of this tier. So I like going with him there, even though we were pretty strong at pitcher. Maybe could have taken an outfielder there. But again, I think just the fact that he's the end of the tier kind of sold me on it. At this point, I really hated the outfielders. Maybe I should have reached for Beck. Beck's not very exciting, though. Like, the only thing he has going for him is he plays in Colorado. But is it Beck or is it Doyle? Yeah, let's see. I just feel like... Alright, actually, I kind of like Beck. I think Doyle is the one I'm thinking of, but I think Doyle has, never hit over 15 homers or something like that, but... This is Beck, 258, 16-19. Okay. Honestly, I should have taken Beck, probably. The 90 WRC plus. Oh, he strikes out 30% of the time last year. Yeah. I mean, it's fine. Plays in Colorado. Probably should have taken him there. Instead of Holiday, I think. And then Sheehan, I like. And then at this point, we were just scrambling for outfielders. Whoever you like here would have been fine. And then finish it up with Durbin and Ponce. Alright, let's go ahead and call it there. Thanks for joining me today. That was fun. I'll probably try and do this again tomorrow. If not tomorrow, for sure on Friday. So, thanks for joining me today. And I'll talk to you later. If I can figure out how to stop.